Now, Pledge of Allegiance and invocations. Please rise with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Invocation, please.
Sure. Father, I just come to you right now. Thank you for this time to be together and do business for the city and our citizens. Just ask that you would lead, guide, and direct each one of us and help us to make the best possible decisions for both parties. I ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Mickey. Oh, all right. Item 4 is questions and comments from citizens. If you're not here for something on the agenda, does anyone have any questions or comments? All right. Seeing none, we will move on to the consent agenda, which is item 5. That's consider and take appropriate action on the minutes of the regular meeting of April the 3rd, 2025. I believe you all have these in front of you.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all right. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Okay, that motion carries on through. Next item, we'll start the public hearings. We're going to do item number 6, which is new building standards cases. We're going to start with A 1021 North Hedgecote, which is Lot 10, Block 3, Phillips Edition. We'll open that public hearing, and all right, we've got a gentleman here to, yes, we'll just approach the, I want to say approach the bench. That's not right. Approach the podium, and we'll.
My name is Eric Nolasco, and I'm speaking for Don McGurdy's, the homeowner, property owner at 1020 Hitchcock. What my understanding is that we're, negotiating on whether or not to help, renovate or to demolish it. Mr. Montoya knows I've been dealing with this for quite some time now. It's been a long time between Austin, Wichita Falls, and Donnie. Every time I think that everything's going good, everything's cleaned up, I call back. I get called back, but it's a mess. Donnie's he's one that his nervous system's going really bad, and so he's easily taken advantage of. He has these extra rooms, but whenever I come to town, nobody's to be seen. Not that I'm a big bad wolf or anything, but I tend to get things back in order. And now that I'm back in town, for good now. Before that, Donnie's Social Security had been taken away from him. I didn't get a really good explanation of why, but I know that that home's been in his family for a minute. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Donnie or not, but he had a little trauma in his neck a while back, and he just never went to rehab or anything. So it's got, systematically got worse, and it's getting worse now. I'm like a one-man band there. Whenever I try to clean up, I only get the roll-offs for 24 hours, and it was my understanding I was only allowed once a year. Well, I'd take off at least 4 or 5 times throughout the year, and so it started building up again. We finally got Donnie's money back in order. I was out for almost a full year. I got bit by a recluse, so I wasn't able to get no work, and I'll be starting to work soon. We just need one more shot. Helping clean, fix the place up. Definitely not demolish it. I mean, he has nowhere to go really, and now I really don't have anywhere to go, and there's no alternative really. So if you guys just find it in y'all's hearts, it just gives us one more swing. I mean, we would really appreciate it greatly. Like I said, I'll be back in town now for good, to make sure that Donnie's in good shape and where I can get my own place. But I'm definitely not going to leave him in the situation that he's in right now. I was raised that way, and I wouldn't feel right doing it. So that's all I got really excited for the 21 Hedgecote.
Okay. Is he living there?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So somebody's in the house, it's secure and all that, it's just...
We just can't, good thing is that majority of the people that are bringing the trash, they're in jail right now. I'm not, mentioning any names, but, I think we know that the culprits do it. And, but yeah, that's it's a slow process, a real slow process. Donnie gets out there whenever he can. but it seems like it's getting worse and worse. But with the help of Adult Protective Services, we're able to get him back into rehab, so we can afford a daytime caregiver also. Besides that, it's not me. I'm way underqualified for that kind of stuff. But things are starting to look good for him. He's waking up, with a little, brighter outlook on things. This is just one thing that he's just really been, bugging him out on how to handle it, and he can't get out. He can't get to the front yard, but then the T kicks in. The frustration of his mobility, being limited, it really gets to him. But I mean,
You say another swing. I mean, would you be looking for 30 days, or what's your thought?
Well, to clean it up, it'd be no problem. It'd be within a couple of weeks or so. But the house does need some work to it. That even though he's getting his money started again, it's definitely not enough to afford like a roof, a couple of window sills, cosmetic, outside really. That way we don't look like an eyesore for the most part. But yeah, other than that, as far as cleaning up, the mess outside, that'd be something that I could take care of within 2 weeks. That's no problem. I'm back at, I could think I might at 150% now. This little incident here, it kind of threw me back, pretty bad. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but yeah, I almost lost my arm, and by the grace of God, I was able to get all my strength back, and so got to get back in the motion again and make sure this property gets cleaned up, and Donnie has somewhere to stay whenever I decide to move on.
Do you have a way to clean up without having the city lugger?
Yes, me, and I guess the roll-ups are provided by the city.
But do you have another way to clean up besides that, like a truck trailer? Yeah,
I have a trailer. You have a trailer, yes. Okay. And then utilizing the dumpster that we have in the alley. I mean, someone's always willing to to provide a truck, or I have a trailer. There's no truck. Transportation is another big thing. But it's not a major. I got plenty of friends around here that.
Okay, any other questions? Staff have something they want to say?
Yeah, so with those dump trailers, you can.
See, I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just once a year.
Typically, it's 24 hours. They'll leave it. Right. So if you schedule for a Friday, you'll get it the whole week. And then, yeah. So if you get it scheduled on a Friday, keep it, and they'll pick it up Monday. Turn around and get right back to this.
Okay.
Get it for the following Friday, or
That's fantastic, because I was under the impression it just once a year. But yeah, I mean that'd be great, because I have it all staged up right there in the driveway for the roll off. Fortunately, we only get it for 24 hours, so whatever didn't get picked up was left there, and then it just started accumulating. Yeah.
But yeah, you can get back on that list. Go back to back.
Good to know. I have to take advantage of that. If forward.
This was before several years ago, and we're going to be dealing with one that's just a couple of blocks away, and we just don't want it to get out of hand like it was.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's why you're back
It's
on
back,
it, is
yeah.
so it doesn't get that bad again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, if not, we'll close the public hearing, and I'll ask for a recommendation from the commission.
I'd make a motion that we check it out at the next meeting,
Okay?
see what progress has been done in that period of time.
Okay, all right, we've got a motion to look at this piece of property again at the next meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a second. All right, all in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. All right. The next meeting should be the first Monday of June. First Thursday, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll come and post another notice. Yes, sir.
Thursday. I'm retired. I don't know what day it is.
Yeah, we'll mail it over notice and I'll come post the property.
All right. Ready? All right, let's go to B, which is 214 Moreland, which is Lot 6, Block 17, Keeler Heights Edition. All right, let's open that public hearing, and I don't see anybody in the audience. Staff,
Yes, sir.
any
So
comments?
we had demolished a house on this property and we haven't had any contact with the property owner since. So our guys have been going and taking care of the weeds, and along that line, somebody's dropped some trash on there. Not a whole lot, but just enough to get in the way of the mowers. So they're having to weed that whole property. So we're just wanting to get an order to abate the trash and debris, make it a little easier for our guys.
Okay. All right, any questions or comments?
Do the property owners still live in the county?
So on the CAD records, it just shows an unknown. So whenever I'm posting notices, I'm actually going out to the lot and hammering a stake in and stapling it to there. And we haven't had any contact with them.
So the owner was from LaForce. It was Brandon Brown. He was from LaForce. We had back 3 or 4 years ago, I guess. But
That may still be who the notices are addressed to. Yeah, we have a James
Brandon or
Brown.
James passed.
And that the house is secure?
It's no longer there.
That's what, right, dummy. I know that. All right. All right, any other questions? Not, we'll close that public hearing, and I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to authorize the abatement of the property at 214 Moreland.
Okay, we've got a motion for abatement for the city to abate this property at 214 Moreland. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, we got a second. All right, all in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Okay, that motion carries. Waiting on my signal. All right, let's go to C, which is 1225 Thompson Street, which is Lot 2, Block 8, Phillips Edition. We will open that public hearing. And do we have anybody? We do not. All right, staff.
So 1225 Thompson is one that we've been dealing with for 4 years. The owner passed away March of 2024. And since then, we've had various squatters in and out of that residence. Donnie and I visited that residence on April 16th, and we got some pictures to present to you guys today. While we were there inspecting the property, we noticed there was a dog inside the house. There was electricity on inside the house, but there were people living in a tent in the backyard there. So we spoke to them. They're supposed to relocate. We continue to get complaints about this property, and they have made no progress since they came before the board last time asking for a cleanup order. I think at this time, what staff is recommending is that we get a demolition order on this property.
Yeah. When's the last time you even heard from the owners?
Actually, the owners passed away.
Okay, so you hadn't heard from any?
No, the gentleman that came in that said that the property was left to him and I believe a couple of brothers and sisters or something. Anyway, we haven't heard from him. I mean, it's an overwhelming task for one person to get dropped on him.
Yeah.
They have been using the water without a water service, and they've also been stealing electricity there. It's been disconnected once before, and they still have electricity.
Okay. Any questions?
Hadn't heard anything from the guy that came to the last meeting?
We haven't heard from him in quite a while.
Any other? If not, we'll close that public hearing, and I entertain a motion from the commission.
I'll make a motion to demo.
Okay?
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second for demolition for this property at 1225 Thompson. Do all in favor state aye? Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay, that motion will carry. Ready? All right. Let's go to item 7, which is continued cases pending commission action. We're going to A, which is 134 R line, lot 1718, block 8, North Hill Edition. We'll open that public hearing, and we've got a representative. How you doing today, sir?
How y'all doing?
Work on it. Don't have a big old mess. Cut it down. Pretty. Johnny here was pretty happy with the progress we had.
Up here on the, here they got this car right here. It's getting loaded onto a trailer. And another trailer filled up, lots of trash. Behind the fence. Tell that a lot of it got cleared out. My understanding are cleaning out the side of the house too.
Yeah.
The revolving door, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like they're making good progress.
Yeah.
still. Everything on the outside that was on a trailer right over here in this area, it's all. Could have got one of. Bunch of everything on the outside of the house, or the outside of that, pretty much. Looks like most of the mess, it's out of public, but still getting it taken care of.
What was ever figured out on the part that the city was supposed to have torn down or something on that north side? Is that, was
I think we
anything ever?
discussed it.
We haven't, no.
Yeah, they've been busy and we've been busy. I guess we just haven't got together and had a discussion.
Okay, I just wondered if anything.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, comments? Okay, not, we'll close the public hearing and we'll entertain a motion from the commission.
I'll make a motion to table it until the next meeting.
Okay? We've got a motion to table this until the next meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we've got a second. All right, awesome. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay. You're making good progress. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, good job.
Have a good day. Y'all. Bye.
Y'all too.
Y'all be careful. Okay, all right, let's go to 7B, which is 709 California Street, excuse me. Lot 4 and 5, Block 2, East Side Edition. We'll open that public hearing, and we have nobody here representing, so staff.
I can tell that something's still going on there. I haven't had any contact with the property owner in a while. I know he was having some health issues, so hopefully he's not in the hospital or anything. But there's been a little bit of something going on. I wouldn't know if I call it progress, but stuff has been moved around. There still is quite a bit of trash and debris. That whole, he had a shed back here that had burned down, and it's still, every bit of it's still there.
No. Okay. But you have seen some activity.
But yeah, there's been activity, but I don't know that anything has been getting removed.
Okay.
It looks like it's just kind of, stuff's been moved around. Like this Jeep right here, it's been in a couple different places, and I think that might be their daily driver, or they're just moving it back and forth, getting it out of the way of.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that he would be in today. With him being in bad health, was my concern is, would it be helpful for us to step in and take over this?
The abatement, the cleanup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just may be too much of a project for him to take on in his current health right now. It sounded like he had quite a bit going on with some heart condition. He was in the hospital for a little bit, got out. But yeah, I just haven't had any contact with anyone over there.
Were you comfortable with giving him another month, or now that you're talking about maybe the city taking the abatement, what's your feelings?
I would say we go ahead and get the abatement order because we wouldn't be able to get to it immediately.
Which is,
Hopefully by the time we do get to it, he's already had the problem taken care of himself. If not, we have our abatement order to take care of it for him.
you've got it in the queue. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts, comments? Okay. Not, we'll close the public hearing. I'll entertain a motion from the commission.
A motion, we give them abatement, let the city abate, have it on the table anyway.
Okay, we got a motion for the city to abate. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. We got a motion and a second to allow the city to abate the property at 709 California Street. All in favor state aye. Any opposed, nay. Okay, that motion will carry. All right, item 8, consider and take appropriate action to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
We got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. We will